It sure is going to be good. Homemade bacon gravy. All right, I've got my skillet. I think there's probably about 2 tablespoons of bacon grease in here. So what I'm going to put in, and I've got it on low. Make sure I got it on low. Yeah, I got it on low. And you just want to sprinkle this around. You want equal parts of flour and fat. You can make this with butter. I think they call that bechamel or something like that. But just equal parts. You'll know when you stir it around. And I do this on low. There's no need to barbecue it at this point. Barbecue it, I mean, heat it up really hot. See, it's pretty thin looking. So I'm going to put a little bit more. This is kind of seat of the pants cooking. What you're doing is making a roux. You could do this same roux right here, the same method I should say, and make a gumbo, which I do. I need to do a gumbo recipe one of these days for y'all. You can see it's kind of getting thick. I'm using this old cast iron skillet that was my grandmother's and my mother's. Using my mother's old red handle spatula. Now, if you were going to make gumbo and you wanted to make a roux, you would just keep it here on low and keep on stirring until it started getting brown. And sometimes that can take 15 or 20 minutes, depends on how big a hurry you are. And you can see I'm not putting any salt or pepper. The bacon I'm using is Billy's Bacon, Fairhope, Alabama. As I like to say, he's in LA, Lower Alabama, yeah. Give him a call. I get the slab and I cut this bacon off the slab. I cut it really thick chunks, like little pieces of ham. It's just really good. It's cured in-house. Wonderful bacon, wonderful bacon. I got the slab and I just cut it off the slab. I cut some thick pieces, almost like ham. It's a bacon lover's dream. Anyway, let's get back to this roux over here, because that's really what you're making. You're gonna make a roux. You can incorporate it pretty good. It's just starting to turn colors, and you want to cook this for, if you wanted a blonde roux, I sound like I know what I'm doing, a blonde roux. If you want a real light gravy, just cook it 3 or 4 minutes on low until the flour taste is cooked out, until it starts turning a darker color. I like mine a little bit darker than this, though. I'm going to crank the heat on up now because I'm getting ready. I've got me a big glass of milk here for breakfast along with my coffee. I'm starting to smell the gravy smell. If you cook it long enough and hot enough, it will get brown and it'll kind of have a distinct smell, almost like roasted peanuts, roasted peanut butter or something like that. We have a place here in Louisville, they make peanut butter and they roast peanuts several days a week. We were driving by day before yesterday early in the morning, had an early appointment in Plano, and we drove by. I said, "Oh, that's the smell right there. I mean, it's a wonderful roasted peanut smell." All right, I'm going to crank the heat up. I'm to the point. You can see it's drying out. This is the point. Don't leave it now. And you see I've not added any salt or pepper because That bacon has seasoning on, salt and peppers in it. All right, it's fixing to be at the point I want it to. You can see it's turning brown now. All right, here's where the magic happens. Put you a little bit of milk in there. I wish I could give you an amount. That ain't no amount. You just got to play that by ear. If you think it's too thin after it's cooked for a little bit, that's not a problem. Just cook it down on low. It'll evaporate. It's going to take more milk. I know that for sure. Keep on scraping the bottom up. You can see it's gotten thick already. A lot of people will go back in with water at this point. To be honest, I like using milk or evaporated milk, canned milk as we called it growing up. It just gives it the full flavor. I have a recipe. It is for a sawmill type gravy. They didn't have a lot of milk, and they use water to make their gravy with. Making sure you get up all those little bits and pieces off the bottom. Gonna bring this to a boil again. And what I will do, I will taste this for salt and pepper. If it needs it, once it's done, I'm gonna turn it down on low now. Let it kind of simmer away. You can see that's some pretty gravy right there now. Anyway, I'll taste it and see if it needs salt or pepper. I don't think it'll need salt. It may need some pepper. Oh, it smells good too. Look at that. Ain't that pretty, boys and girls? All right, I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna let it sit here and get the rest of my breakfast ready. Put a couple of eggs in here. I've got my bacon over here, keeping warm. Get my wiggly fingers to working this morning. I might as well go ahead and break this in the hay for it to be the only one, the other one by itself. Get me a plate up here. See if I can get my biscuit out. Get some butter on this baby. I'll have a video on these biscuits. These are 2 ingredients buttermilk biscuits. So what's it got in it? Well, it's got flour because they're biscuits, and it's got buttermilk. It's got self-rising flour and buttermilk. So how did I make a pretty cat head buttermilk biscuit out of just those 2 ingredients? Well, you will just have to watch my video to get that. But it's so simple, and it's made in one bowl. There was no rolling pin involved. Just kind of patted them out, cut them in the bowl. Flip these eggs over. There they go. Heating this gravy back up. It's got a little bit thicker on me. And what I said do if it gets thick, a little bit more milk in it. I just turned it on high for a minute. I want it thick. I don't want no wimpy juice pouring over my biscuit. I want it to stick to your ribs type of gravy. There it is. That's it. That's all it took, boys and girls. All right. Let's get this gravy on here. Get these eggs on here. Let's go back and grab some bacon. I told y'all this is real bacon. Bill E's bacon. Fairhope, Alabama is the good stuff. Let's do a taste, see if it's needs salt or pepper or anything. I don't think it never needs salt. Maybe some pepper. No salt needed, but it needs pepper. Definitely pepper. I like the thick kind of pepper. I like it on my eggs. I forgot to put salt on my eggs. Not a lot, because that bacon is salty. It's hand cured there in Fairhope. It sure is going to be good. Homemade bacon gravy with the homemade buttermilk biscuit. Bill E's bacon, Fairhope, Alabama, and a couple of eggs from Wally World. Let's get a bite of this biscuit and gravy first. These buttermilk biscuits are so tender you don't need a knife to cut them. You shouldn't need a knife to cut a biscuit anyway. Let's try this. Well, that's so good. Goodness. That gravy's got that smoky. Bill E's bacon is smoked, and when you cook it, you'll know. I had next door neighbor boy came out the other day, and I was cooking some. He said, "What's that smoky smell?" I said, "That's bacon. That's real bacon." His bacon, when it says smoked, it's really smoked. So you get the flavor of that in this gravy. It's not overpowering, but you can taste it. And of course the biscuits, what's not to like? 2 ingredients, 1 bowl. Look for that video, and they're really good. Well, I'm gonna have another bite. It's early to make sure that my taste buds weren't lying to me. Well, I appreciate y'all being here on my videos. I thank you for each and every one of you that leave me a comment, watch my videos. Man, it gives me the strength every day to keep doing this. 2 years since my heart event, no walking, couldn't talk, and now they can't shut me up. I'm walking, but just barely, but I'm walking, I'm getting around. So always remember, keep on keeping on. Out of here.